Hello, I'm Special Marshal Samuel Temitope Akande. I thought of doing this for the benefit of the public. While driving around in our country, Nigeria, I found out that many parents are erring in their dealings with their children in the society. Sometimes you see parents leaving their child unbelted. Sometimes you see parents allowing the children to stand while they are driving. In fact, sometimes you see parents put underage child in front of the seat. But how can we handle children? I think many parents don't even know the implication. They don't even know the right thing to do with their children while driving. That's why I decided to bring up this episode. It may be more than one, but I decided to just try to do this to educate our people about the right way to handle children, the right way to carry children in their vehicle. I will be going by the Nigeria Highway Code Road Users Handbook, and I will turn to page 23. If you have one, you can check it out. It talked about the child and the person below the age of 18 years by UN Convention on the Right of the Child is a child. Anybody below the age of 18 years is a child. And what did he say about child safety? Said drivers and cyclists are urged to be careful in built-up areas such as schools, churches, mosques, markets, snack shops, ice cream stores, parks, or fruit trees, because children are usually found in such places. So it's telling us about child safety, and said drivers or cyclists are to be very much careful when you approach places of worship, when you approach schools, when you approach snack shops, ice cream joints, and so on and so forth. Most of the time you see our cyclists, especially in Nigeria, they don't even care. They may see children coming and they still want to move by the same speed. According to this rule, we are to slow down for them to make sure that we take note that they are there. Anything can happen, so it's our job to watch that. That's about child safety. Another one is safe way to travel with children in the vehicle. This is the one I really want to approach. Safe way to travel with children in the vehicle. How should you travel? When you are traveling with children, how should you place them? What's the safest way? What's the safe way to do it? The book says provide a safety seat fitted into a car for the child's use. When you are traveling, every car you are going with must have a safety fitted seat that a child can use. Make sure that the child is correctly placed in the seat. This reduces the possibility of injury or death in the event of a crash. So that you should make sure that your child is well placed in the seat, and it will definitely reduce or prevent death in an event of a crash. Most parents, I know we pray a lot in Nigeria, and it's good that we pray, but like I used to joke with this, I used to say, if the makers of cars don't think evil, they won't have even input a brake into a vehicle. They wouldn't have made a brake into a vehicle. They would just allow us to go. If they did not think that your tire can be punctured on the way, they will not make a place for an extra tire, because they thought of it the other way. That's why they place it there. So when any driver is moving or traveling, it should be in our mind that anything can happen. We pray nothing evil will happen, but if in case it does happen, how can we prevent death or an injury that may damage any part of our body? It's about you following these rules. It will help you help your children. The third one is children sitting in a vehicle. This another one that I wish to talk about. Note this: children less than 12 years or person less than 4.5 feet should not sit in the front seat. This is for their safety. Any child that is less than 12 years old should not be placed in the front seat of your vehicle. You see parents, especially in Nigeria, placing a child, even a toddler, even a baby in front seat. It's against the rule. It's against the driving rule. It's against the safety rule. Children that are below the age of 12-year-old are not supposed to be placed in the front seat. Children less than 12 months old must ride in a rear-facing car seat fixed at the back seat of the vehicle. If we follow all these rules, it's for our own benefit, for our own safety. Children from age 1 to 7 sit facing the front of the car in a child seat strapped properly to the back seat. Children from age 1 to 7 should sit facing the front of the car in a child seat strapped properly to the back seat. Do not carry a child on your laps, as he or she may be crushed between your body and the dashboard in the event of a crash. It's very, very much important. It's for our safety. All these laws, all these rules is for our safety. No road safety officer needed to stop you to do this. I know we don't follow all this, but it's for our good if we can choose to follow them. Don't carry a child on your lap in the front. It's better for them to sit alone and be strapped. In case of any crash, the child can be crushed in the middle between the dashboard and the seat. So it's for our safety. Let's take note of that. Another one said, do not allow children to play with the handle of the doors or locks. Use child lock where available. If you have children in the car, educate your children not to play with the handle of the door, of the doors or locks, so that they won't mistakenly open the door while you are driving. Educate your children before getting into the vehicle. I used to tell people the vehicle is not a place for children to play. It's a place for them to move around, to travel, and parents need to educate their children about the right thing. I found that if you even educate them right, they will even remind you when you go wrong. If you don't use seatbelt, your children will remind you that you have not used seatbelt. If you don't do the right thing that you've told them to do, they will remind you. So let's educate them. It's not good for you to play with the handle. It's not good for you to play with the locks. It's for our own safety. Another one says, do not leave children to sit in the luggage area or of hatchback station wagon or vans. Don't let your children sit in the luggage area. Another one says, do not leave the hatchback open when a child is sitting at the back seat. So let's take note of that also. Another one says, do not allow children to stick any part of their body out of the vehicle. Is very much important. I see parents allowing children to put their heads out of the window. They will look around and some parents will feel like that's just fun. Some parents allow their children to put their hands out and be waving. They don't really care much about that. It's very much important. Don't let your child put his or her hand out there. It could cause injury to the child. Of course, it can definitely harm you too. Another one says, do not transport children under age 16 at the back of a pickup van. Any child that is under the age of 16 should not be put at the back of a pickup van. Watch that. A child should not be put at the back of, in local parlance, pong. It should not be put there. Make sure your child is well put in, that is under the age of 16. Let's make sure we take note of this. It will help us and protect our children out there. Do not carry a child on your lap while driving. I see people do this often. When you go around, you see parents. I see a mother in Nigeria. I was not told. I saw it with my eyes, backing a child at her back while driving. If anything happens, if a crash happens, you will yourself kill your child by resting back, because whenever a crash happens, it will be by force. It will force you back, and you will eventually kill your child by yourself. What an agony. I know you will not want to do that. Oh, maybe some of you will be saying, hey, that will not happen, God forbid. But if you don't want that to happen, we prevent it. While driving, don't put your child on your lap and be driving and think that's fun. Is against the driving rule, is against the safety rule, is for our good. All these rules are not just for the road safety to make money or to just stop us unnecessarily. They are meant for our safety. I pray that God will help us to do the right thing and follow all these rules. Another one says what to do when walking with a child. When you are walking with a child, there's what to do. Walk on the way / extreme left facing oncoming vehicle. Walk on the way extreme left facing oncoming vehicle. Don't let your child walk in your right when you are walking on the street. Walk on the way and let your children or child walk on the left facing upcoming vehicle. Hold the child on the left to be between the child and the traffic. So you be between the child and the traffic and hold your child with your left hand. That's the way it should be done when you are walking with children. I just hope all these safety tips will help us from our Nigerian Highway Code, our road user handbook. You can get yourself a copy and it's going to be a blessing. If we know all these things, it will help us, and like I said, it's for our own good. God bless you.